now lifted off the foundation, and it's just crumbling in the rapid and the violent waters here.
Today marks 32 years since that iconic moment from the Great Flood of '93. The farmhouse there near Columbia, Illinois, was swept away by the Mississippi River flood waters on live TV. The family, though, was able to evacuate before the levee broke, but unfortunately, they lost everything. Joining me now is our photojournalist extraordinaire who was there to capture that moment. This is the one and only Mighty Joe Young, who you probably hear us talk about all the time. So let's go back to 1993. When you see that image, does it still take your breath away?
Yeah, just to see the destruction of the water and the ability that it had to just wipe that house off its foundation was just incredible.
Now, you guys were flying around all morning long. Were you anticipating something happening at that house at some point?
No, I was, Alan Barklich was our pilot, and Gene Jackson was a reporter along with myself. And we had been all over because that weekend, Friday night, the Monarch levee had broken out in Chesterfield Valley. We were up in Alton where it was flooding, West Alton. And we had reports of a quarry, flood water going into the quarry. And I remember shooting in, it looked like water cascading down. And then right across the river in Illinois, we noticed that the levee was starting to break. And it just kept tearing the levee away, and there's the farmhouse right on the other side, and it was just incredible.
What did that tell you about the power of water, the power of Mother Nature?
I think that's the thing. You know, we deal with flooding all the time, but that was really the first time that you saw what it was capable of doing. And as that house was standing, you could see water coming in one side and coming out the windows on the other. It was just incredible.
What was the week like there prior to the flooding? I mean, was it raining a lot here? Was there anticipation that something so big could actually happen?
No, that's a strange thing about that summer. There was a weather pattern over Iowa that kept raining, and all the water came down. The weather here was beautiful. We might get occasional rain, but nothing to cause the flooding. And the river just kept coming up. And finally the levees got saturated. And then once they started popping, you could just see the destruction.
Wow. When you walk around now and see how it looks, how vast is the difference?
It's just crazy. You know, it started there in Columbia and went all the way down to Prairie du Rocher, which is probably 20 miles south. And there was like 5-6 feet of water all the way down. I mean, just crazy.
So tell everybody what it was like to be in the helicopter, because back in those days, you would open the door up and simply hang out.
Yeah, well, they'd actually take the door off, so we would just kind of hang out. You know, there wasn't gyro cameras or anything like that. We were flying around all morning, and you know, when I think back, it was exciting then because I was a young man. But I don't know if I'd want to be doing that now, to be honest with you.
Your feet planted firmly on the ground.
Yeah.
Now to go. Have you been back up in the helicopter since that time?
No, we don't have one anymore.
Yeah, but after that, were you still flying?
Oh yeah,
in the helicopter?
yeah, we were flying until they got a camera, and then then we backed off that.
Modern technology.
Yes.
Allowed you to stay on the ground.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
All right, Rennie.
Appreciate your insights there.